Let me go ahead and just check the audio real quick. Welcome back to my expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight to divinely intervene as needed for my highest good, aka the highest good. Is this working now? Let me find out. Fan freaking tastic. It is working. All right. All right. So yeah, this is my middle ground, quick fix. So people don't get distracted by my casual nature in my free form. Uh-oh, there's a casual nature down there. Excuse me. Let me fix it up. Let me fix this right up. Anyway, I am amidst my brunch time. Okay. Let's get it all worked out. Anyway, back to here. I'm gonna pull a new set of energy cards, but for the first one, the primary, I have the Chariot card on the left side. Okay, and that is just a doing. Okay, by the power of Grayskull this time. Okay, yeah, I didn't know that the thing was coming out, and as evidence, I had no idea because I thought Grayskull was a bad thing. I thought, well, when I was growing up, I was not exposed so much deliberately to like boy things, and so He-Man was one of them. So I thought that saying was like a conjuring of bad things. And anyway, Chariot card right here, left side, recipient side. This feels a little weird though. Give me a second. There's something weird here. No, everything's going okay. I think I just lost my track of go. And so I feel like there's a bit of a stutter at this point. But that's okay. I think that's one of my practices in pivoting. And I'll take it at that. Rather than someone's always trying to get on me and screw things up. I am receiving more practice. Let's put it that way. Okay. So on the doing side, 10 of Cups. This is another version of basically getting to that point. On the doing side, I am enough. I am fulfilled with myself. Okay. I feel right with myself. So however that comes off on my intro, so it is, but I'm good with myself. I know Spirit's good with me. Any interruptions, they can take that into account where the disruptions lie, because calls should not disrupt the audio. Some calls, it doesn't make sense. All calls, if that's the case, should disrupt the audio. Not doing that. Now I'm going to check it one more time. Okay, before I get into like the hour zone. So now, by the power of Grayskull. Okay, so those are the previous energy cards. And now we'll just clean slate and go with the next. Boop! 3, 2, 1, cheese. What is it? King of Cups and then the High Priestess. How beautiful is that? This is a wonderful pairing of not just an intuitive in its masculine suit, but also psychic level energy. Okay, so that's my right side. On the left side. Okay, so this is wonderful, and we'll talk about pivoting, because on the left side, masculine side, is probably not true to nature, true to form, to be as intuitive as the feminine. So the King of Cups is given the podium, the opportunity to kind of like switch roles, you know, and strengthen up that suit. This is good, because usually it looks like this King of Cups, even though very talented and very receptive, also has a tendency to taking the back seat, or like the not back seat is very casual, but this is like having to step aside. Step aside, male. Let the let the let the female psychic do it. But no, I mean, in oftentimes, that's what it looks like here. Not taken as seriously as they should. Well, at least their downloads, their guidance. So this is wonderful. On the right side, though, doing the High Priestess form. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. This is like a lead giving, like, it's kind of like mentorship, letting someone else shine, because you know that they can do that, in a certain role. And yeah, this is good. It gives me a little bit of a downtime to take a break and assess my notes. This is interesting. This is like teamwork. Let me see here. Now this is just what I'm looking at right off the bat. So I'm going to check the energy real quick. Yes, that is correct. These are separate energies. They're both well-intended. They're not presenting as such. And look, they're both in green coats. I just noticed that. So birds of a feather flock together, even in crazy circumstances. Okay, so those are the energy cards. Now the segue cards will come from... Oh, where's the other deck? The circle deck, are we using that? No. Okay. This is Segue. Alrighty. Okay, Segue, here we go. I was going to do like a different background so that I could be taken more seriously by the professionals. Okay, whoopsie. Oopsie. I didn't mean to tap. I didn't know there was a highlight button here. Oh my goodness. Whoopsie. Talk about professional. Okay. I remember there being like a different, like a green screen, or to me that's not really, it doesn't look as professional when it looks all geometric and pixelated in the background. So I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. It's fine. All right, segue cards. Okay, these are it. Go for it, they said. We don't have to do the normal pick type of energy. Okay. Where do we put you? Over here. Okay. Okay. Four of Pentacles in reverse, Six of Cups in reverse, and the Moon card. Ooh, boop, 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 boop. Okay. This is interesting. This is interesting, let me tell you. Four of Pentacles in reverse. I get that this is more of like a release, a surrender. This is ownership without micromanaging. So this is also partial accountability, meaning that this is like a group effort. And seeing this here, this is well-intended, and it's like a private kinship group. I wouldn't say it's underground, because they are known, they operate in the outskirts, but discretion here, okay, in their undertakings. So when you work in a group, You understand that dynamism and the chemistry is very important. And this goes with the previous episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine that I was talking about. They took it to the extreme. The Swedish took it to the extreme in that episode, precinct. But there was a point in that, in having a close-knit group. And what were we going to say about that? There's accountability for the work that's produced, as well as each other. So it's like what is it? The Three Musketeers? You know, yeah. In its energetic form. So it does come to a healthy fruition if this is intact. Like, everybody brings their part to the table. Okay, you don't micromanage what I gotta do. I'll hear your opinion about it, but you don't micromanage what I do. We all bring in. We're all eligible and warranted to be in this place together. So this is great to see, especially seeing King of Cups, the tone that was set on the left side. Okay, so this isn't quite passing the buck. This isn't hot potato. This is passing the spirit stack. So this is like is it what they call a triathlon? Where you hand it over and the next teammate does it. Anyway, it's one of those things. Okay, this is a segue. So that's actually a really great segue. Give me a second. I need to have a little bite of my brunch. I just finished some tea. So this is my new case for Revelations Tarot. Peter Rabbit. Letter cards. Okay. Okay, because this is like a soft core. What I was going to inquire about. Okay, how should I move about with this thing, my legal stuff? I was like, I'm getting anxiety thinking about how I should approach it, even though it should be plain and simple. But I shouldn't, how do I say it? I should put everything into context. Do you hear that? Oh my goodness. -10? That's crazy. I've never felt a negative temperature. Put it that way. Except being around yucky people. But what was I saying here? Oh yeah, the advice about what to do. Thanks. Okay, I'm gonna take this light off. It's a little weird, you know, the way it's set. Okay, that's better. All right, so I was gonna ask about the legal stuff, and I just felt like, you know, I just have to put it into context. You know, if I don't want to, how do I say it? Should I speak detail? I don't need to. That's what they're saying. Okay. So, just put that into context, okay? And then, what are we going to say about that? Yeah, so, I got the feeling that things were like what we've already discussed over here, that things are kind of being worked on, and not to just to leave it, just to leave it, let the dust settle. There's things being worked on, and so just leave it for right now. Okay, I'm not avoiding contact. I am just choosing to be efficient and effective with my responses. So that's where I'm going with that on people who are trying to light the fire underneath me. And so this is very good to see here. Okay. It's answering my question indirectly. But I feel like there are greater matters at hand, you know, by the power of Grayskull. Okay. That must account for something. Oh, so my take on that, okay, is, okay, what does this feel for? Oh, it's a moon card again. How weird is that? Weird is that? On the recipient side, it laid up top to my altar and my like bookshelf of stuff, of resources. So there's a lot of magic contained here, and a lot of manifesting happening. It's standing upright, like at attention. Mhm. I have the power. See, that's what I'm saying. Okay, that's what I was going to try to say. I was raised to be more of a feminine energy. Okay, I was not exposed to He-Man or whatever. My thing was like Rainbow Bright, My Little Pony, blah 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 blah. You know, and so when I did see it on public broadcasting, I just didn't relate to it, because of like the adventurous aspect. I mean, I had definitely a supreme interest in like playing with toys that boys get to play with, or what Boy Scouts did. And I've said this many times, but as far as understanding like the mentality of Dungeons and Dragons, I I feel like I'm lost. Help guide me through it. I need orientation. Those things you need to grow. I don't feel like you grow into those things. You grow up with them. The spirit of each energy that brings stuff to the table, and if you don't have that exposure, it's, well, it lays dormant in you. And so with He-Man, I I only remember by the power of Grayskull, and I thought it was a bad thing because I thought Grayskull was a bad boy. and um and so um I didn't realize it until I looked at the trailers and technological advancements now that help keep me up to um keep me up. um I didn't realize that's what empowers him. So that must mean a lot as far as my upbringing and being supremely, almost severely compliant, where auditing is almost in my blood and I enjoy that shit. But the area of adventure and independence and fighting and all of that, I didn't like. I didn't know. So now it's activated. Now is prime time to be activated, is what I'm saying. You did have a castle, Grayskull. Yeah, this stuff was expensive, like for the 80s, like back in the day. I mean, even Cabbage Patch dolls were expensive, and Barbies. I always got like the knockoffs, which when you're a kid, you don't really care. You don't care unless you're around others that um pretend like it's important to have the thing. So anyway, all right. So back to here. Okay, by the power of Grayskull. Oh, and then he says, "I have the power." Is that how it said? How he says it? I don't see. You just assume I have the power. I should write that in. I'll put that in the comment box, in the description box, to amplify it. The way I storytell, that's wonderful. I thought I needed some work on that. Well, I do. I feel like I do. You know what? After part 3, I have, in all caps, I have the power. 2 exclamation points. Handy. Save. Okay, wonderful. I love it. Thank you. You know, the one thing that I have auditing so much in my blood that it irritates me when somebody does not correct me. Even to like the smallest detail. So, I don't know what's up with me, but okay, here we go. There's the deck. Okay. So now we'll pull the header cards, okay? Boop. 3, 2, 1, cheese. Oh, what the heck did this? How weird. This is a setup. It's a setup. Just kidding. Not really kidding. It is. Oh my gosh, this is weird stuff. This is weird. I didn't know I had it in there. Bottom of the deck, 3 of cups. Celebrate, Tina. Celebrate. Quiet. Quiet. Top of the deck, 6 of cups. Look. My party people. I'm supposed to come off serious here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let me get my stuff in order. But yeah, talk about like the carryover. That's interesting. So left side, recipient side of the header cards. This is Tina, stand by. Remember the elite, the echelons, the my expanded divine panel of the infinite 8, including my extraterrestrial divine fam, are saying, just play dead. Just play dead, Tina. Play along, okay? You know, whenever I got around my my guy cousins, and we would come up with this rehearsal Halloween thing play. It was just like I think maybe a one-time thing, and so we each had our part. It was probably the closest things to like Dungeons and Dragons that you could possibly get to, but like in its very shortcut form. Anyway, I was the one that did the scream, like because I had no inhibition to be weird in a theatrical sense of like horror screams. I can't do it now because it will strike the fear in people, my next door neighbors. So I can't do it. It's that, like, there's no cap to it. There's drama inside me, I know. So Tina, just play dead, but like quietly, okay? I mean, cheers. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. Appreciate that. In Gaelic. Huh. Hey. All right. Hey, Paula. Okay, so let me see here. This is a 7-day spread, and this is the horoscope spread. So this is like basically the destiny spread and over a week's time. What the freak? But this is a setup. That's the doing side. Do you know how weird that is? After receiving the upright moon card, things are, dude, I don't know. After putting, I now have the power. This is interesting. I don't know what to expect here, but I think the importance is not to really expect anything, really, just to, again, celebrate, but also play dead with that. Figure it out. Talk amongst yourselves. So that's where we're at right here. Now, it doesn't tell me straight up, okay, respond to this person, respond to that person, but I think I'm just supposed to sprinkle a little bit out there. But this one says play dead. Play dead. That's what it is. You think somebody's gonna like flip a switch? I would have used the B word if it was the evening edition. But flip a switch if like 3 more days pass, you know, like until like what, Monday? You think that they're righteous in doing that? That's some kind of validation point to say like it's over, it's done with, this case is closed, etc., pay up, that kind of thing. You think that's going to be legit? You think that's going to stand up to anybody? No. And as people come to understand with their practices with me, shit don't go down the same way. So any injustice projected, how do I say this? Projected to me is almost magnified in its prism effect to ricochet back to them. So they tend to learn faster. They have a means to learn faster and correct. The path to corrective actions. You know, when you like something so much in your diet that you end up having it over and over and over and over again, I'm one of those. If my body is happy and it fulfills me, then I'm good. And then I drop it, and then I find another thing. And so I've always functioned that way, and I've never paid attention to like the public, like the pyramid, the food triangle, which proves to be incorrect, misleading, political at that. And so I've always found a lot of power in doing my own, you know. And I should have done that a lot more often growing up. Yeah. But what's this, like, who's to say? I am who I am right now because of all of that stuff. And you don't get to really how do I say it? I've done my homework basically. I've done a lot of homework in compliance, what it means to be within that field. And so therefore I was very observant. Yeah, so I think that helped me up to where I'm now. But yeah, again, to the food, I just go over and over and over and over until like one day it's done. I'm on to the new thing. Oh yeah, that looks good. Yeah, I did that. Mm. Mm. And close this up. Things are looking up. Now the directions for me have never steered me wrong. The only way that I really kind of got in the way, the only way that I feel like I've taken more of an extended route is when I didn't listen and I was rushed to, let's say, work at an establishment. Yeah, definitely. Because I was balancing that out with this business stuff and doing pop-ups, and so doing both, all of these things made me lose out on certain commitments because I was more engaged with, okay, maybe if I pull in a double, then I'll make more, and then I will feel more relaxed to approaching, you know, this pop-up. And then I would forget about the pop-up because the other thing was so exhausting, and pulling in a double actually made me make less than a regular day, which is crazy. That's how I knew something like heinous was going on energetically there. Yes. Are you implying that I'm not doing that? That I'm not pulling my weight vibe? I'm saying something greater and its occult sense was happening there. I know that for a fact. I'm not just saying like I come from woo-woo land and so woo-woo is happening everywhere. No, there was stuff going on there. And so there was no way, like the tower moment. There was no way that I could, it was either one or the other, because one was supremely demanding, and doing the pop-ups, it basically is like all like broke even basically, with everything that was involved. But the establishments, everything is energy. I've come to figure. When people like you well enough, they're not going to steer you in that direction. And they're going to do whatever they can to help so that you don't have to do those things. And yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like in pulling, let's say, a double on a regular job, it steers you to be lazy. You have to find convenience in like takeout food, and then you know, and so much of that stacked up compromises your health. So then you have doctor bills, and you like all kinds of stuff. So everything is energy, and I find more reward in listening to the guidance that I receive. Now, the guidance that I issue out to others, because I know people dip into here secretively, you know, from other arenas of my life. And so, like, they gotta account for themselves. Yeah, I don't want to get into it. So anyway, what else should we discuss here? Now, by the power of Grayskull, I have the power. Okay. So, like, it's better that I just follow through like this, because things are coming in. I don't want to fuck with that, you know? Okay, well, I fell on my left foot. For the right price, decisions are bought. You're still on that? Oh my god, you're one of those. Should I say it? I don't think you would mind. You already know. You're a man of culture. I mean, you don't have to be, but the I mean, that's the mentality. Okay, 10 of Swords, Page of Cups, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and the Sun card in reverse. Okay. Was this just pertaining to what I was talking about? No, this is something different, if not greater. Okay. So okay. All right. Okay. Everything is seen. Okay, everything is seen. These 3 characters are different. I would love to, yeah, be in very natural environments. So, bucket list. Shoot that in the bucket list. Okay, anyway, these are 3 different energies. All external. Whoa, this is different. Okay. This is the only one that has an inkling of ill intent. It's growing. This is the one that is like a double crosser. This one is like a double agent. They're coming off as like discreet or undercover, or I got this, don't worry. I'm just but this is acting like this is the one that spoils the container, basically. Normally the Queen of Pentacles straight up, if you're not looking into context here, tends to be a gold digger, or someone who doesn't spend their time or energy wisely. In its positive sense, it could be like the need for self-care, frugality needed. But this is like a team. Remember we were just referring to the 6 of Cups energy. This is kind of the association of it. These are assassin energies, okay? They mean well. Page of Cups, they bring the vibe. If you're going to say, like, between all of these, this is a personality hire straight up. But we need it. We need to boost morale. And we need someone who's, like, who can pick up the phone that's, like, non-threatening, that, you know, people can process large portfolio energies. For sure. Definitely. However, yeah, they don't miss a spot. Very thorough. This energy is the area of concern, like the big red flag. She would probably be considered safe, like, because she's the what is it, like, house mom type of energy, you know, office mom type of energy. So you let shit slide, even though there's depictions of, you know, a bit of waste here and there. You know, like, probably somebody who, like, talks too much in the office, or, you know, just, like, has some unruly habits, but for the most part, just, I think she's, like, kind of vested in here, given some kind of excuse card in here, to not be so critical of her. But there's bad energy in her. I don't know why the heck it's telling me all these things, but let me find out here. Page of Coins. Oh, just like you said, vibe. Okay, so I remember what you said as far as your position, like what you do for a living. In its general sense, I mean, it might not be exact under the assumption of a normal, you know, and it could be, like, I don't freaking know, but this is exact. I was asking a little bit more about this Queen of Pentacles in reversal, and then the Page of Cups, or Page of Pentacles, arrives, and that's telling me that this Queen of Pentacles, like, buys out certain energies, like people who want to, like, be startup energy, kind of like the lower level pick-me's, looking for investors, basically. easy buyouts. Definitely. And talk about vested. You know, they're looking to get vested too. Like they, interesting. All right, anything more on that? So it doesn't necessarily have to do with immediate monetary gain, but let's say connections, promise to, you know, link you up with this and that. It's that kind of energy. Yeah. Like this energy, I try to come off as like clean and what and unassuming, but right behind them is some version of the tower moment. And if anyone can detect tower moments, it's likely the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So this can detect that in the background, even though this one is coming off with a facade that it doesn't exist. Yeah. Like they're, yeah. Give me a second. Mm-hmm. 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 These are younglings. Mm-hmm. These are new recruits. Look at them. They look like it. Mm-hmm. Like 20-year-olds or something like that. Mm-hmm. Especially with generational values. The translation between Gen X, Gen Z, whatever, you know. There's different standards. I feel like one of these generations tends to let things like slide off easily. It's like, how do I say it? I don't know which generation it is, but some era of being more of like the sellout crew. So, yeah, this is like buyout immediately, and this is like new opportunities. Like I get to do my thing. Like who gives a, you know, F anyway. So, there's that. Interesting. What else do you want to say about this? Everything is seen though. Okay, ultimately. Like I understand the need to buy out, but to like full on commercialize it as a standard way of operating is like, so I'm not demonizing it, I'm just not like 100% for it because it can get really nasty in some suits. Anyway, that's the truth of it. No bullshit. That's crazy. Ace of Swords and the Seven of Swords in reversal. This is no bullshit. This is the absolute truth. The smartest card of the deck. That's Archangel Michael's sword. That is the Ace of Spades. Like there's no fearing in that. Actually, a lot of people fear the Ace of Spades. You know, what is it? In Stand By Me, it's like Ace of Spades. That kind of energy. So, interesting. Yeah. Okay, all right, moving forward. Okay. What else do you want to convey? My expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight. Now, by the power of Grayskull, I now have the power. Am I saying that right? I'm just assuming so. Okay. Okay. Okay, inverted. Six of Swords. Extroverted on the reversal in the recipient side. So things are at a calm. Addie's soldier. That's what they're saying. Addie's soldierette. Okay. 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 I know what things look like. I wish I. Yes, profit. Um. Vibe. Are you one of my are you you are so concise with your deliveries. That they're like signature moves of people who have like diabolical plans. Like maybe we should not be conversing. I don't know, dude. But um there is something to learn. Okay, there's always something to learn. So I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with it. We're a good time. Okay. All right. So the world card in reverse. This is continuing cycles. I just put something some educational unit on the world card on my playlist. And so I do understand that there are cycles to be completed. There's closure to be sought, but the way the person explained it in its more elaborated sense was like you're not learning a lesson, and you're doomed to repeat it. You're like over and over and over and over again, and that's just its most extreme cases. This is probably for the paranoid hypochondriac type of energy when they see two of coins in reversal as well. Things are imbalanced, so that's like so there could be a great degree of fear here, but with someone more mediated, I would say this is like there's just an area of concern here. Like, when is this shit gonna close? Like, come on, what's going on here? I'm not gonna say one more thing about my legal stuff, especially on this reading, because come on. I asked. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna say it. Oh my goodness, thank you. So just reminder, calm down, at ease, soldierette. Okay. Let's do this. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is going on? It's noon and I haven't had a sip of my coffee. What is going on? I told you, it's chaos. Six of Swords in reverse. Take a break. Okay, fine. Sure. It's not overly sweetened either. I decided to put less honey, and as far as creamer, I just did coconut milk and some regular milk, and yeah, I put in like a little bit of honey, nothing crazy. So it's just more like I want a straight up coffee. And chill out any possible acidity. All right, back to you. Okay. Now, by the power of Grayskull. Okay. Vibe, you are a mystery. Eight of Wands in reversal. Yeah, shut your mouth. Just quiet it for a day. Trust me, it will be okay. It will be okay. Okay. I shall. Okay. Give it a rest. Let it calm down. Okay. Okay. I have to pretend like this is a marriage I've got to save. Okay, so if somebody says like I've had enough energetically, right? And they're like, okay. This is not the silent treatment. This is where I exercise discipline and know that there's quiet time. I have to pay respects and give it like some quiet time. Maybe it's good for me, you know? That doesn't know. So that's what I'm gonna do. Quiet time. Because like, okay. Especially when people have to deal with ego, pride, saving face, crowds, or whatever, the hierarchy, however it's placed. Things can get complicated. You don't need an extra, like, source of noise. Because even in a gentler tone or a nudge or a suggestion or a simple offer can really just, like, it's just, let's not scratch the record, okay? That's what it feels like. Okay. All right. So, la 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 la. All right. I now have the power. It landed on my ankle. Knight of Swords. Things are moving quickly on my right ankle. Look at that. Okay. That's good. So this is an articulation point of getting on the right foot. Things are moving quickly. Things are changing quickly. Look at that, shifting quickly. This is wonderful. Okay. So look, there's an advantage. There's an advantage in doing this, I promise you. All right. So yeah, rest. Give it a rest. Holy smokes, this is insane. Do you know my energy for them to be, for my guides to be able to have to reiterate this so many times? Tina, I know when you're pretending. Seriously, give it a rest. Pay attention to your garden. Your garden's good. It's good. It's abundant. I swear. I swear it. Okay? We're looking out for you. The angels coming down from heaven are watching things. Like, seriously, you are watched by so many watchers, not just like human form, but the ultimate watchers. You know, like how they have what is it, what do you call it, the dude, what do you call this, the like X-Files energy, the yeah, X-Files energy. I don't know what the term is for it. I forgot. But like how, let's say, like, the government has to answer to, like extraterrestrial energies or a higher power, and this is going deeper than, let's say, those having to like conjure up like demons and fallen angels and Satan and all of that. This is beyond the religious aspect. This is like otherworldliness, extraterrestrial energy. This is what I'm saying. I have others. Other higher ups have to answer to other higher ups. That's just the way it is. Okay, and it's all it's not just supernatural. It's but yeah, okay. But this is what that is, okay? I know this. Nobody else has to know this. And this is like, what I know is basically Phoenix energy. And I don't know everything, but what I do know is like A plus 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 plus, the highest grade of what one what the norm understands to be true. Yeah. I was just saying, like, you got it. It's nothing but the net, for real. Like, if you're shooting like, I don't know very much about basketball, but they're saying I don't really have to. I will get it, like, Phoenix level. Anyway, there's that. Okay. All right. So just follow the intuition, give it a rest. pick up on next week. And so you got, like, if I know I'm really good at what I do, and to receive repetitions of like, it's going to be all right, it's going to be better than all right, it's going to be this and that, and nobody's like shitting me at that level, and then I don't follow it, like, dude, what is all of this for anyway? Just go with it, okay? Just andale. All right, anything else that I need to know? 5505 was on the clock. This one, Three of Wands in reverse is here. Presence is okay. So back to that dream that I told you about. Oh, I have to plug in this phone. Excuse me. That dream of the devil that I talked about. I forgot to tell you that before I uttered those numbers, because it was done in so much haste. I remember what the problem was that when I saw that energy and the eye contact was a huge signal. They knew they caught the right person. They didn't, it was an energetic find. So like, they didn't know what I looked like. They just knew my energetic imprint and where it was. This like devil energy, right? And then so I also knew the same. It was the weirdest shit ever. And so when we saw each other, there was a huge signifier. So I knew that energy was the devil, not because there was no red on him. There was no like evil like energy. It was almost like the, what did he look like? I forgot what the similarity of who he looked like. But somebody that I would normally see like as a friendly face, okay? And same, you know, so when we got to opposite ends of the table, I think it was like a dinner table, but I don't remember any seats. Anyway, I knew exactly what to say, and I was about to say, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ. And I was going to do that threefold, but it was something, it was like Beetlejuice, like I could not say it. Something like came over my mouth, like it was, I couldn't even utter a word. And that's when I knew to say the numbers. And I knew that the numbers, I don't know, when I said that date of the current day, I think the significance was that was ultimately the power of presence, the power of now, basically. And how that steers you away from the desires of like, you know, devil energy, the desires of longing of the past, or need in like future sense. So presence is what is kind of like a turnkey. So that's what they're just reminding me of. Yeah. All right. Anything else before I move on? 57 on the clock. The devil card. Oh my god, the devil just had a cigarette. He's like, yeah, I was there. Oh my gosh, that's so weird. Okay, it's asking me to pull up these two on the top, but I want to show you, like, hold on. What is this? The star in reverse and death card. This is so strange. Let me show you. Can you actually see it from there? I think you can see it. No, you have to see the smirk. You have to. Give me a second. See? Look at that. Look at that smirk. Oh my god, that's so weird. Anyway. Watch stock trading channels, and you're the only other person I watch, and it's strictly your energy and personality that I... Well, thank you. I don't watch stock trade... Oh, what? Hold on. Where are you? Come on. Get out of here. Okay. Stock trading channels? I don't even know what channel that's on. That exists? What? Like I said, I think we have something to learn from each other. So maybe I'll pick up on your guys' energy. Because because that's all foreign to my... Anyway, double card. But what did it come up along with? I don't even know how it was positioned. Oh, it was on the top too. So this is the true top, which is death card, and then the star in reverse. So there is hope in all of this. There is meaning in all of this. And so when we're presented with very, very super duper gnarly energy, it awakens our dormant gifts. And I think that tends to be a cliche, like, it's all right there, pal. Yeah. It's basically saying there's, you know how like people make deals with the devil, sell their souls or whatnot. This is kind of the polar opposite of the spectrum, where I refuse to sell my soul. Okay, despite like all the choices that I've made that may seem as though I haven't. Okay, so those that refuse to sell out and sell their souls, there's another trade-off that happens here. Okay, so you go through this death thing, you go through some terrible circumstances, and the star in reverse is just saying, like, deep-seated, a wish will be granted for you. So this is a different kind of deal that's dished out. Yeah. So there's that. Okay, that's what's happening for me. So that's what I'm saying as far as not quite demonizing the devil. Like, we all have our placements, our purpose in cosmic alignment. So that's just my positioning. Of course I did. I've gone through a lot. But I think it's helped me navigate quite a bit. Like the things that I seriously no. I think I'm so green sometimes to what's going on that I don't realize that I escaped some really, really heinous situation, or several of them. Some terrible plans. I've like shimmied out of them. I think I grew up so sheltered that I didn't realize what the warning signs are of some really bad ongoings. Yeah. All right. Why is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse? Let's find out. Two of Swords in reverse. I'm unblocked. Oh, David. I'm happier, definitely. It's Is it working? Should be working. Is it working? Yay, it's working. We have triumphed. Anyway. All right, so I get that the Wheel of Fortune in reversal with the Two of Swords in reversal is kind of like psych. Psych, we're just on pause here. We're on a break. We're oiling the gears. This is kind of like the Wheel of Fortune is just like one of the wheels that's taken into what do you call it? That's being worked on. Say like the pit crew. Okay, so it's just like a quick tune up, and then we go. Look, all access pass. So the Wheel of Fortune. You know how there's like 4 heads on each side. That's what I'm saying as far as the wheels are involved. There's actually 4. Like kind of like a Horcrux in its mobility. It's divided out into 4 portions for the for each guardian. And so this is basically just like the pit crew, you know. This is like there's an open road, it's a free road, and several rotations at that. But this is just a slight tune-up. So it's like, psych, you don't know what I'm working with. All right. Thank you. Okay. Here. King of Wands. And look, the Devil card in reverse. So, that's funny. I'm telling you, I don't know what. Like, I don't consider myself a Satanist. Again, I grew up Catholic, and I still carry on a lot of the traditions and practices, but I also engage in other, you know, divination forms. And so this is being reliable within your network, but also trusting your pit crew. When under fire, it's also so it's grace under fire, but it's also being baptized by in fire or by fire. So it's kind of like that backdraft, got nothing on me type of energy, especially with the Devil card in reversal. It's almost like fuel to the fire. The devil doing the devil's advocate type of job. So yeah, definitely. But there's like no harm in this energy, in the presentation of it, truly. This actual placement. So there's surrender there. Okay. So it's basically the devil saying, you do you, okay, in this suit. Like, I wish I could surrender. I wish I could do that, but you're better at that than I am, okay? I will play the little bit of an advocate to see where people stand, okay? I will help filter them out, you know, with you. But keep people honest, that kind of energy. Interesting. Okay. All right. I feel like that's enough. We're already in here for an hour, so let's do takeaways, yeah? Okay, takeaways. 1. Okay, that's the first deck. Second. Okay. And then the third deck, yeah? Yeah, okay. All right. So first deck, bottom of the deck is Ace of Wands. Dun, 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 dun. Off to a good start. Sparked. 3 of Wands. Things are coming in. So like this is like adding fuel to the tank and ready, set, and it's go. Go time. Go time again time. Bottom of the deck to this is Queen of Swords. Okay, truth teller. Nothing but. Ace of Pentacles with an all access pass. So this is being able to do write-ups in the Akashic, basically. Also access for reference. Okay, bottom of the deck to this is Ace of Pentacles in reverse. A lot of aces showing up. This is, again, all access pass. What the heck? That's crazy. That's the bottom of the deck. And this is the top of the deck to that. It's a carryover, I tell you. Unlimited access, lifetime. From carryover from lifetime to lifetime. How crazy is that? That is weird. You got beef with me. You've got beef with the main source. Top of the deck, or bottom of, yeah, top of the deck. 3 of Swords. Obviously, people got some beef. Willing to kill for that shit. Crazy. All right. Time for the takeaways of my super duper refined divine collective. First one. Judgment in reverse. Karma shall be dished out. Clarified by. Two of Swords in reverse. It's a clear path. There's no stopping it. Okay. Magician. That is karma. Magician. This is just saying, keep doing what you're doing. You're going to magnetize whatever it is that, you know, you put out there. There's no obstruction. Yeah. Okay. Second takeaway. The Tower card, a degree of certainty. Yeah. Karma will definitely roll out. This is weird to see it like that. Eight of Swords. It's going to free up some things for sure. Okay, Two of Swords in reversal, then the Eight of Swords in reversal. That's open road and free. There's definitely no obstruction here. 10 of Wands. This feels like a lot. I'm going to get one other clarifier for that, but it looks like after a decision is made, it's like going to do away with quite a bit. It's going to release a lot of burdens. But this is perceived as a burden. However, it looks like this energy is just equipped with basically all the badges that were turned in. And we don't leave those badges lingering around. Those are empty seats to be filled. And so it's kind of like maybe the weight is having to reallocate positions. But let me get a clarifier. Reallocate resources, I would say. Could be positions too, but Two of Cups. This is kind of the energy that reminds me of the Book of Shadows Tarot as above. It's labeled as Yule, but it's the Death card. And it's shared between two, and they're holding like a bundle of sticks, and that's what it feels like here. It's a shared let me get it real quick. I want to get a reference point on like its descriptions. Okay, I want to read it just for the sake of. Okay, so right there is as above, and it's Yule, so it should be right or Death Yule. Okay, see, looks like that energy. Okay, winter solstice or Yule. Oh fuck. Okay, excuse me. On the longest night of the year, the Great Mother gives birth to the sun god, and pagans celebrate the return of light to the world. As Samhain, when the god dies, he takes his light with him. After the winter solstice, the sun begins to return, and so does the god, in the form of a baby. What? Where's the baby? Okay, anyway. Yule is a joyous celebration on the return of light, life, and warmth. Yule is also a celebration of faith. The light has not actually begun to return its return, so it's an act of faith to believe that it will return. The moment of the longest night before the lengthening days is brief, like the moment of death. It is nearly impossible to pinpoint the exact moment that one thing ends and another begins. Nearly impossible, but the moment does exist. The card shows that moment when the dead Holly King hands over rulership to the Oak King. So the divinatory meaning is the end of something, a moment of darkness before the dawn, a crisis of faith, a fear of hope for change. Okay, so talk about spirit sticks. That's a bundle. Okay. Maybe I think there's a changing over of tide, of changing over of command. So Two of Cups is depicted here, and it's like union, but there's a based on that context, there's a brevity of that moment. So there's trust and reliance in the handover. So it's not really a takeover, and it's not necessarily a co-piloting, maybe in spirit form, but or energetically. But this is kind of like handing over. Yeah, so that's what we're getting at over here with the like having to reallocate roles and or resources. Interesting. Okay, so 2 takeaways for my partners in peace and quiet, which includes myself. Queen of Pentacles. Look, the baby is right over there. What were they saying about the baby or the child? I don't remember that part. But anyway, let's move forward. Knight of Swords, things are moving quickly. Okay. The Hangman and okay. You know, this feels like this is a carryover of the Yule energy. So this is in like basically the idea of resurrection, and the Hangman card is like the test of faith and being able to witness something but not knowing exactly when it's going to come through, but it's a quick shift in like the quick roll of the tide, and it's happening. It's a quick birth in that, so the quick transition is about to commence. Interesting. So I'll bear witness, obviously, if there's a connection from the collective of my super dupers to my partners in peace and quiet. Okay, including myself. So what is it? Five of Wands. What is that? I mean, it could be a riot crew. Like we're just joshing around, you know, like kids like playing kung fu with each other, you know, during like right before class. It could be that. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to present itself as conflict, but we shall see. Ten of Cups in reverse. Seven of Swords. No, it's again, what is this? I asked trade or keep for each and every one of them, and they said keep. So something that must be addressed here. Okay. This reminds me of like when the world is in chaos. It reminds me of like, what is it, Littlefoot in Land of the Lost? It is. It kind of gives the impression of the sadness of like Dumbo and being separated from his mom, and then like the quick reuniting. There's something devastating in transition. So like this, there's like a quick process in the birthing, which is I guess supportive to the events that are happening in also real time. There's conflict, there's chaos that arises, it disrupts. What the frick is this? Why? Anywhere. There's conflict here. This is like the fight of like why is it this energy? I don't understand this. Oh yeah, why was this energy selected? Like I am enough, I am worthy, etc. And so there's combativeness, and sometimes there is bullshittery when people are sleeping, when people are resting at resting state. So this prefix of the birthing and having faith that this will transpire, the transition, it really does feel like the changing of a guard. Like if we were to look at this in its macrocosmic sense, I just recently saw something about Trump's health and that there's legit concern over that, like what is being hidden and all of that, and maybe a lot of this aggravation is incurred to reposition some things or prep us for some, or prep the insiders crew for some things before it causes mass hysteria. And it does feel like, I don't know, dude, should I read on that? Like it, for me, logically, I would say no, I don't know enough. But again, with the high priestess shooting the hoops and, you know, making a clear, you know, Phoenix level shot, it's more than just nothing but the net. But it bops like some asshole, like, you know, plays the team, what is it? um, player that, you know, hits below the belt and gets jabs here and there, like on his face and breaks his nose or whatever, and you know, that kind of thing. Like it does quite a bit with its messaging. So it says that I can do that, but I don't know if I. They said another time, not this time. That's probably the second or third time that I checked in asking. But there is some kind of, it feels like that with the changing over the guard. I don't do readings like this. Like I haven't done readings like this. So it feels more than just microcosmic, especially with this like mass hysteria. Like why all of a sudden, like there's at least some kind of breathing point in like publicity of like the changing of guard, like the snapshots, like the royals like wedding, like, you know, like like all the paparazzi on that, all the prettiness of this and that, some kind of, but then this is like immediate, like okay, now there's conflict, there's physical conflict, you know, over the defensiveness of like I should have gotten that kind of energy, and now bullshit arises. So this still feels like, based on like saying I am enough or whatever, you have to be able to, if you're going to fight on the level, you have to be approximately within the same league. So this doesn't feel like, this is like a macrocosmic like turmoil type of energy. And so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 energies here. One is escape. One of those 5 are escaping to like leave the rest or do their own thing. One is awake but pretending like they're still asleep, so they have knowledge of it. That's closest to us. Maybe this is representing the US, or us, or I don't know, or whoever, I don't know. This is, some are really sound asleep, some are like conked out, like they had a rough night's sleep. Some are just trying to keep within their you see the impressions of that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7 items of weaponry here. Okay. 3 like harpoon type of energies are still present. Oh no, there's more. Okay, they're all like, I think they're harpoons, bow, cross, arrow thingies. I don't remember what you call them, but 1 out of the 7 will be missing here. But there's more than enough weaponry according to the people that are represented here. I feel like that's important. I don't know why, to someone out there. Anyway, that's kind of weird. Let me get one more card on that, yeah? Okay, yeah. The Hierophant in reverse. Yeah, it's because a leader has fallen, okay? And they've encountered a tower moment. This is breakup energy. This is dissolution. This is a breakup of partnerships and marriage and like business entities, etc. This is weird. This is, someone has fallen. What the heck is this? A little strange. It's also out of box. It's unorthodox, not within the usual patternings. Unexpected, therefore. And it's, I don't know. I can't completely say that's unexpected because of all the cards leading up to it. It's just out of the usual patternings that we're accustomed to seeing. So this is drastic energy. This is a lot of stuff happening concurrently. Even though it's displayed like back to back, this feels like all concurrent. Okay, so now that's important for my partners in peace and quiet and for me to know. But 3 takeaways for me, okay? First takeaway is Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, so in all of this, you can't pin me down. Even with that, you know, that dream that I had, they found me, but they couldn't pin me down. I still escaped. What the frick is this all about, though? It's weird. So, with a greater sense of what I'm doing, because like the standard thing, the standard happenings of my life that should have standard processes, standard answers, easy answer kind of things, are much more complex in handling because of what I do and my positioning and how that influences a lot of other things. And so it just requires sensitive handling for sure. So if all this ruckus is happening, there's a great possibility that my cases are more complex because it's tearing down, like gutting out. What just fell down there? I don't remember when that fell. Anyway, gutting out a system. And so it's a sensitive situation. The Lover's card. That is correct. Okay. So this is self-actualization. I know my place. What fell on the floor between the wires? 6 of Swords. yeah, this is about navigation. Okay, master number 66 is here then. 166 is an angel number. This is strange. I don't know what to say about that, but okay. Okay, clarified by. Knight of Wands. Okay. Tally ho, Tina. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's quite all right. People want answers, and it's good because there are certain fractions within the system that tend to be the last to know. So this is kind of like it gives them like up to date a bit as to what's going on, why things are going on, according to their level of comprehension to their reality. So they get what they're supposed to get. Everyone's supposed to get what they're supposed to get. But this is strange for a lot of people who have not encountered such things. All right, that's my first takeaway. Okay, my second takeaway is Temperance. Everything is chill and good, Tina. Definitely. Like yeah, everything is good and chill. Look, both, yeah. So the higher ups, the higher ups are just reassuring me that everything is in balance. The alchemization is complete, basically. And this is like the magnifique version of getting things exactly right. Like the perfect calculations, the perfect reciprocity and ratios of each cup. Everything is alchemized just right. So it's electrifying between both. Like it has its own archway of its own version of the rainbow, you know. So like as with fire and with different elements, it changes the colors. Like I don't know, there's different chemicals that you can put in under fire, and it changes the color of it. So basically the same thing, but it's like under electric currents, basically, in its presentation. So quite powerful. All right, clarified by. Yeah, I never seen it like that before. Like this angel is built. Like it's crazy. So a lot of work put into it. Knight of Cups. Okay, a third cup is presented here. It is jovial. It is a suitor. It is admirable. It is like, I like what you do. I'm in, you know. I'm sold. You sold me. It's good. Like when I'm sold, I don't feel like I'm selling out or selling my soul. We're good. Justice in reverse. Again, it's about the presentation of faith, okay? Like I don't know exactly what I'm stepping into, but it looks good, it feels right. I feel not just comfortable in it, but I feel safe in it. I have faith. I have faith in this. Okay, justice. So however it rolls, I trust it's gonna roll out the way it's supposed to go. Very nice, very nice. Okay, my third takeaway is Ten of Cups. Well, I am enough, but I'm not, you know, necessarily fighting over a certain position or anything like that. I'm enough. Let me check on this. Oh, it's supposed to be like that. Okay. Six of Pentacles in reverse, so it's my time to receive. It's straight up acknowledgement and Queen of Cups. Yeah, I am absolutely enough. I'm ready to present. Okay, so this is someone that's well balanced as well, without all the woo-woo and the cuckoos. This is basically temperance in its like humanized form, so it doesn't look like so out of this world. Like, what are you talking about, Tina? Like, I can talk in this manner to anyone from my regular life, my old life. I'm gonna get one more card on that one. Which one should I get another card on? Okay, the Queen of Cups. Strength in reverse. Is that inner strength or what? Yes, this is inner strength. Like, I only know that only because, like, this is basically the Empress right here. And what she had to do, you know, round up some rowdy folk, basically. This is the Empress in action. So that's based on experiences. Let me just go ahead and get verification on it. I wanted to pull one more card, but you know, what the heck, it's fine. Empress, where are you? Where? Oh my goodness, where? I see. I told you, it's the Empress. It's definitely the Empress. Rounding up some folk. Tell me the truth with the the lasso of truth. Holy smokes, that's wild out. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks very much for all donations provided in and of light and love that reciprocate equally and therefore abundantly. But now that this reading is officially over, I call back all my power, energy, essence, gifts, strength, properties, passions, pursuits, and prospects from those that call upon, cast, generate, bring, magnify, multiply, or any variation thereof, the aforementioned ill will, intent, thought form, pattern, and or entity to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit for cleansings, for blessings, for reformatting to love and light energy, and to be refortified in me, only me, hassle free, no doubt, no attachment, except for all bonus points included. Thanks so much. Upon closing the portals in all of these readings, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas due, assisting with a sequence of rollout. In light and love, I close the portals in these readings now.